I booked a holiday at 10 o'clock last night. Let's go. I think that I might have chosen the perfect place to come for a writer's retreat. All these paintings are so beautiful, and it's just the perfect snowy mountains vibe. One of the main reasons why I sold my clinic, packed up and left Sydney and a full-time job was because I wanted to try and give life as a writer a proper go and try and do it as my full-time vocation. I wanted to try and see if I could put books out faster, if I could actually find the time to do some book marketing without sacrificing sleep or a social life or work. I finished up at work at the end of January, and by the 20th of February, I had moved out of Sydney. I still had a lot of unpacking to do, but I was gone by the 20th of January. And it is now the 13th of July, and I haven't really done anything. So what I thought I would do to try and focus myself and kind of just achieve something in terms of writing this year is I thought I would take myself away on a writer's retreat. I can do that because I'm not in Sydney, and as yet they haven't locked down the rest of New South Wales. So I am down in the snowy mountains, not that I ski or snowboard, but I'm just in this beautiful rural cabin, and there's 2 beautiful dogs and a lot of kangaroos and apparently some wombats and platypus, or platypi. But what I'm going to try and do here is just write. There's nothing else that I really want to do in town. There's nothing that I want to do on the mountains. I'm not into skiing. Last time I tried to snowboard, I fell down a giant hole around one of those holes that takes people up on the chairlift, and I couldn't get back out. So I'm not really interested in going again. I've booked this beautiful cabin, and the aim is just to try and write. So I've set myself a goal of writing 50,000 words in a week. Now, I think that's going to be a little tricky because I've still got some traveling to do. So I'm only here for another 2 nights, and then I'm on the road again. Actually, writing 50,000 words shouldn't be that problematic. When I sit down and I get on a roll, I can really easily knock out about 6,000 words in one sitting. The problem is more getting me to sit down and do it. I have lots of ideas and I've been making heaps of notes, but I just haven't had the discipline to actually sit down and do it. So what I've done is I've moved the content I have, so a couple of chapters and a lot of notes for book 4 in the Phoenix series onto Scrivener to give Scrivener a go as well. And also because Scrivener kind of has these word setting goals you can have, and you can really easily see how much you've done in a session, and I think that'll be easier to keep track of the 50,000 words. So far on that file, which as I said is notes and chapters, I have got 40,958 words. So just shy of 41,000. We shall see how this goes. I have a very strong feeling that in about an hour I'm going to be out chasing kangaroos when the sun starts to go down. But that being said, we can do this, we can do hard things, I can make myself have discipline. I'm hoping that if I kind of make myself sit down, make myself have some discipline, that I can do this. The alternative is that I go insane, or in an hour when the sun starts setting, I'm outside chasing kangaroos, which is entirely possible, seeing I'm at this beautiful rural writers retreat and there are kangaroos everywhere. So I guess this is a challenge of distraction versus writing. I've had a couple of ideas for new projects lately. There was the dream that I had, that I woke up and thought that was a really amazing idea, and then 24 hours later I'd totally forgotten it. But there are two that are kind of sticking with me, and I'm going to have to think of names for them, kind of like how Kate Kavanagh has her Project Purple and her other variously named projects, so that when I'm referring to them, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's one that I would like to write, which is kind of like a bit YA, but I'm thinking that I might try and have it focused more on a younger audience, and I would like to have that have quite an Australiana vibe happening to it, like with the animals and the landscape, but I'm just not quite sure how I'm going to work that one out. So I don't know, maybe I should just call that Project Australia. And the other one is more of a new adult fantasy, and that is, again, just at this point an idea in my head that I can't let go of. It's in there all the time, which is how the Phoenix series started. It kind of came to me as a movie in my head, and then I was watching it every single day, or different parts of it every single day, even though it's taken me forever to actually get around to writing it. And so I'm thinking of calling that one the Raven Project, but I don't really know. If you have any good ideas for project names, then let me know below in the comments. But they're two very different projects, and I'm kind of tempted to go and explore those and not focus on the Phoenix series, just purely because I'm all about procrastination. When I write, I'm also a bit of a mix between a plotter and a pantser. So there is part of me that wants to go and write down the ideas that I have for these two series, which is like probably going to take 2 minutes to actually do, and then start building on it. And then when I'm ready, once I feel like I have a little bit of the plot kind of set out, and it's more things that I want to happen and like scenes that have popped into my head and I don't want to forget, as opposed to like a literal plot line and this is going to happen in each chapter. But then once I've got that set, then it's just kind of like riding a wave and following it and discovering how all those points and ideas link together to become one story.
You want to come with me? We go look at stuff? Let's go look at stuff. You want to be my best friend? You want to be best friends?
I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. You can also check me out on Instagram and Twitter at pipcoombs. And if you'd like to check out my books, which are The Hunted and A Night Rises, they're the first 2 books of the Phoenix series. They're available in paperback and ebook, anywhere that books are sold.